Okay, so this episode is gonna be all about the things that I decided I needed to cast on for no reason at all. No business doing it, but did I do it? I did it. Whoopsies. Let's get into it. Take 47. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome to another episode of the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my yarny corner of the YouTube universe. If you would like to find me on other social media, you can do so at Piece4PeaceCrafting over on Instagram and Piece4PeaceCraft on Ravelry. There's a group for the podcast, Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast group or something. Over on Ravelry, I believe. And if you're into music, you can check out the Spotify playlist for the podcast, which is Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast Playlist. I think that's it. Those are all the places you can find me. What's good, everyone? Everyone returning, welcome back to the Hot Mess Show. Anyone who's new, we've had some new subscribers around here. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your time here. All right, so, oh my gosh. Pull it together. It's been 2 weeks and things have been really busy around here with finishing up summer programming stuff and celebrating birthdays, not mine, my roommates. And of course, when I'm saying that we were celebrating his birthday, he starts calling me. So anyway, yeah, that was happening. Finished up summer programming, which was really cool. The kids were great. I was really proud of them. They did an amazing final show, so I was happy about that. And so now, like, a tiny bit of a lull with work until kids here go back to school. I think some kids start back actually, like, rather soon, maybe this week, like tomorrow. I'm filming on Sunday. What is that, the 13th? 14th of August. So I think some kids start back to school tomorrow. I know a lot of the places that I'm going to be going to, they start back in a week. So kind of crazy. Back to school season. Yikes. I refuse to let go of summer because no. Anywho, other than that, I've been doing some crafting. But first, off the jump, let me talk about some things that I waited till the last minute to talk about last time. So first up, there is a flasher socks. If you have access to, or if Ravelry is accessible to you, we're doing a year-long make socks, throw them in the thread over on Ravelry, and like quarterly. I will pull a winner, but it was just a way for all of us in this community to make more socks this year because a bunch of us said that we wanted to. So that's one. Two, there is a Westies Unite Cal that is happening. I'm co-hosting with the fellas over at Needles at the Ready, so Kevin and Ray. And that knit along started on August 1st and it will run through the end of November. So if you are planning on participating in the mystery knit along in October, you can totally add that to the mix too. Finish things over in my FO thread, throw them over in their FO thread for more chances to win things. But aren't we all winning because we knit something? And basically the rules are whips are allowed and knit any Stephen West pattern you want. Yeah, I have something to show. I actually cast something on. I was like, if you're gonna co-host, you should probably participate. So I'll show that in a little bit. I think that's it for make along things. Is that true? I think so. So pop over both of our threads. People have been just knitting away. There's some really cool stuff in there already. I think actually there's an FO already too. Like, major claps to you. Yeah, other than that, let's get into it. All right, I only have one FO and I have 4 things that I'm working on. Why? I don't know. Because the yarn was like, here you go, Fran. All right, so first up, I have my dun, da, 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 socks that I finished. What? They're completely mismatched. I don't care. That was the purpose of doing them this way. So these were, again, dyed up using... these are falling off. 1 second. I told you, the hot mess show. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to hold up one. So these were from a sock blank that I tie-dyed earlier in the year. And they were just, I was cleaning up all the dye that was spilling on the table, and I added a little bit of color toward the end if there were any spots that I felt like needed some. And this is how they came out. I love how wonky they are and that they don't match. It's really silly. It was my first time using a sock blank, and so I like wound the sock blank up on my Swift and then soaked it, let it dry, because I didn't want it to be too crinkly, because I've heard people say like, oh, it's a little bit weird knitting that way from it. So I didn't want to deal with that. So let that dry, wound it back up, and split it into 2 balls and just started knitting from there. These were done toe up because I wanted to use as much of the yarn as possible. I totally spaced and didn't bring the little nugget that I had left. Toe up with the Turkish cast on a size 1 US needle. And yeah, I just went until I was over it. And I did a cut and heel, but I used the opposite ball for each. And so this one with the red matches, which is really cute. And then this one got some of the purple, which, I mean, there's a little purple in the top. It's kind of ridiculous. I love it. I didn't want to get bored, so I just added a little pearl bump every few rows, just to give it a little something. And I think I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib at the end for these. Oh, and also I did, I don't know, it's Pearl, Lucy, Mary, somebody's stretchy bind off. Anyway, where you knit one, yarn over, knit the next one, and then pass the yarn over and the knit stitch over. And I quite like it. Here, I can take it off. When I put these on, like, they look totally fine, but they are super stretchy. And I really enjoyed that. It was my first time doing it. I'll probably do it again, because sometimes I've been finding that I get excited when I'm doing toe-up socks now, and I'm like, yes, these are almost done. And then the bind-off tends to be a pinch tight. So I think with this sort of cast-off, I like the look of it, and it's pretty stretchy, and when I put them on, they felt great. I think I did about 80 rows. This time I counted, which I normally don't. I just go until the spirits tell me to stop. I did about 80 rows for the leg and 70 for the foot. So that's fun. So these are my only FO. Super excited about those. I love them. I like how wonky they are. They're super silly. Yeah, good times. All right, shall we get into the whip parade? You all, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just like, cast everything on. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, no need to feel stressed. No anxiety about this. Just put everything on the needles. Which I have to say, I just have like a set of interchangeables. They're KnitPicks, and they work great for me. Like, it's fine. Yes, the cord can be a little bit wonky. And I've thought about upgrading, but I'm like, it's fine. But I do think I'm gonna have to order more needles because there's a few projects that I'm working on that they all need the same size, and I'm over taking them off of one, putting them on another. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, first up, let's start with a little bit of crochet. There's not much to talk about, but I want to talk about it. So I am making a sweater from the 38th issue of Pom Pom Quarterly. And the sweater I'm doing is the Alsia by Reed Keys, and it looks like this. Little crochet number. Now, previously I talked about this and like about my gauge. Like when I did my gauge swatches, I had to go down for the ribbing and then up a size for the rest of the pattern when I did the swatches. So I'm using this KnitPicks. Of course I don't have a band in here, but I'm pretty sure it's Hemlock Heather. I'm using this green, just really pretty. And this is the palette, so it's 100% wool, Peruvian wool. And this is why I'm starting with this, because there's not much to show. Wait a second. So I've started... Sorry, I'm laughing because it's like, this is nothing. Friend, what are you doing? Oh no, where's my little... That's the nice thing about crochet, is if I lose a little stitch, it's like whatever. It's so easy to pick it back up. Anyway, I'm just working on the ribbing right now. I'm loving the color. It's curling a bit just because I think the nature of the stitch, but I think it's gonna be pretty dope. It's pretty long, but I still need to add like, I think the last time I measured, I needed like 4 more inches of ribbing before I could like then pick up and start the actual body of the sweater. This one is done in pieces, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I think it's gonna be beautiful in the end. And I was watching some videos on mattress stitching for crochet because I'd never done that before, and let me tell you, she looks pretty easy. So I am excited about that. Like, that was one of the things that was making me like, I don't know about this, but I think it's going to be really cool. So there's not much to show here, but this one day is going to be a sweater and not just, oh no, not just a headband. I wish this would stay. Anyway, yeah, so this is the start of it. I'm excited to get more work done on it. I've only been working on this at home, which is fine. But I think since it's crochet and now that I have it started, once I start traveling on the bus a little bit more, I can just put it in a little bag, in a project bag, and take it with me and start crocheting on the bus, which would be really great. Switch it up a little bit instead of taking my knitting on the bus. And I don't have any socks on the needles right now, so 1, I should remedy that, and 2, yeah, I don't have any real on-the-go projects. My one on-the-go project is big, and that needs to stay at home now. So that's thing 1. Thing 2 is, where should I go? Where should I go? Where should I go? Let's do this next. Okay, so the next thing I started was, hold up, I have the pattern here. I started working on my roommate's outline tank. And this is another Jessie made design. And it is a paid for pattern. I'm doing the second size. And remember I showed you all my swatch that I knit up just out of a different color. This is using the KnitPicks Lindy chain, and this is a fingering weight, and it's 70-30, so 70% linen, 30% cotton. and I love the fabric that it made. And so I decided, because I had a little bit left over from, the Floribunda that I made for her, of this purple color. It's called Whisper. It's more lilac, I guess. Anyway, I had some left over, and so I ordered a couple more balls of it. They're 50-gram balls, and and it is 180 yards for 50 grams. And so I just cast this on, and I didn't work on it too much. I just, pretty much everything that I'm showing today, well, a couple exceptions, like that sweater, this, another thing that I'm going to show you, I just like wanted to get them started. So here's where I am with that. Again, there's nothing to show. This is like a ribbing party. So I did the ribbing for it, and I placed my markers for where those fun drop stitches are going to go to like make the outline of the tank. But it's beautiful. I love the color. I love how this is knitting up. It's wild. Like, I've heard people say like, oh, knitting with linen is like really rough on your hands, but this Lindy chain, I've never used just like pure linen before, but this cotton linen, or linen cotton because there's more linen in it, feels amazing. And when it washes up, it feels so great. So look, I have stoppers on it because this was one of the things that uses the same size as something else I'm making. So this is going great. It's not going to take me long. I think I have, I don't know, like 7 inches or something of stockinette to do before I separate to do the front and back triangles that you have to make or something. I also have this cute little stitch marker. I haven't shown this in a while, but this is Whitney Marie Anderson little charm. It looks like me. Yeah, I love this. Her patterns are so well written, and yeah, just easy to follow. And now that it's just going around and around and around, I mean, I do have to do one thing, once I get to the stitch markers, but for the most part, it's like so easy, super simple. I think this is going to be really cute. My roommate loves the color, so that's great. Yeah. Fun little project. Another one that hopefully once I buy those needles, I can just like throw in my bag and go whenever. Most of this stuff is living. This is in a Beautiful Sister bag. They're always linked below. Most of my bags are Beautiful Sister. Yeah, this one is a little jean one with my little Black Boy Joy pin on it. Right, that's that. Super easy, very fun. Oh, let me put the pattern in there. You all, I redid some stuff. Like, look, you can see some fiber up there. There's some over here. I used to have this big, well, not used to, I still have it, this leather like bucket that I kept all the fiber that I got in, and I didn't have anything next to our couch. And so the coffee table ended up being like the default my crafting area. And I realized that wasn't fair to everybody else that I live with. It was like a third of it was for everyone else and the rest of it was for me. Anyway, dumped everything out, rearranged some stuff, like put things in other places and put that bucket out there. And so now, which I can't believe I didn't do sooner. All my projects are in bags. What? And sitting in the bucket now. So whenever I'm on the couch and I want to work on something, I could just grab a bag and go. Mind blowing. Not really. Okay. Next thing, let's do what I'm doing for the knit along. So, like I said, I'm co-hosting the Westies Unite Cal with the guys over at Needles at the Ready. This is also living in a Beautiful Sister bag. It's like, it's a sweater size, but it needs to be in a big bag. Or it's going to, with just the yarn alone. All right, so I cast on, which this is a horrible picture now that I think about it. I cast on the Lava Lake honey, black and white, we can't see any detail. Why are you showing us this? Here's another little picture of it. It has a fun little detail to it. Anyway, again, a little paid for pattern. I know Kevin is making one of these, and actually that was the impetus for me to start this one. So, let's do this first. Let's show colors. So I'm using, oh no, do I have the, yes, I'm using this fade set that I bought, I don't know, a while back, right? And I think I talked about this. I was gonna make some marled sweater, and then I realized kind of sort of after I bought it, like, Michael, you're never gonna wear those colors as a sweater. Like, what are you doing? So they just been sitting in my stash, which is fine. Like, that's the purpose of the stash, right? Is to just like put things in there, and when something calls its name, it can come out and be something. So this is a 5 skein fade, and this is Ryan yarn, and he is out of Athens, Georgia, and this is on the squishy sock base, and it's 100% superwash merino, and there's 490 yards to 100 grams. This is like way more than I'm gonna need for this shawl, which is kind of amazing. All right, wait, this goes in here. Let me reorganize the fade. Is it like this? Oh no, yes. Okay, I had to write them down because I didn't wanna forget them. All right, so this is the first color. This is the first color. So this is called Daffodils and Cream. So this is what I'm starting with. And then that will go into Beekeeper Sam. It's got like some little browns and greens and a little bit of red in there too. Love this. Which will then fade into Backyard Moss. Ooh, loving it. This one, obviously a little more green, still has some of those brown tones in there. This one I think is gonna be really pretty, which will then fade into Forest Boy, which is just more green, a little bit of brown. And the last one is The Tree That Owns Itself. So this dark, like brownish green, really pretty. So here are 4. I don't have enough hands, people. With the lighter color to start. You all will see that in a second. So that's my fade. Really excited about it, to be putting this fade set to use. This is where I start again, the Daffodils and Cream. And so here's where I am so far. It's not the skein falling on the floor. Okay. Here's where I am so far. What? So I just wanted to cast on a little bit. This is what happens is I get bored. Not bored. No, I get bored. And then I'm like, oh, you should just cast something on. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So here's where I am so far. I have one little eyelet row, and it's going along smoothly. Perfect TV knitting. Mindless. Go, 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 go. I love the way it's knitting up. It looks completely different. So much fun about the way the indie dyed yarn was done. It's like, it looks different in all the different stages. So this is the light color. I have to do a little bit more before I start fading in the next color, but this was like an evening of just like sitting watching TV and knitting, which was really cool. It was nice to have a little mindless project. These are done. Oh, I didn't say the outline tank is on a US 4 and this is on a US 5. Yeah, and I'm loving it so far. So this is the Lava Lake. I'm hoping to get some more progress on this soon. Now that I've shown, I can put all these balls, or all these, in to this big project bag. Yeah, I'm excited to get some more progress on that because it is so mindless. It's like perfect for just when I'm at home and we're just hanging out. Yeah, I think this is going to be really beautiful, and I will most likely wear this because it's just like a little accessory that I'm going to be throwing on instead of a sweater in like these lighter shades that are so speckly that I wouldn't wear it. I know that I wouldn't, and so it's okay. I have the pattern for the sweater that I wanted to make, and at some point I will find a different fade that works with what I want or what I know I will wear, instead of like, if I'm gonna put in the time to make a sweater, I want to wear it. You know what I mean? And so, right, merrily we roll along. So that's my lava lake. I've joined the cow. Woot woot. All right, and the last thing I've been working on is, which I realized this will probably be the last time I show this until I make a lot of progress on it, because it's fingering weight, it's a sweater, and it's like, it's just gonna be stockinette. It's so boring. But this is the Once and Floral by Maxim Sear. And the last time I showed this, I was still in the color work. Oh, there is stuff to talk about on this. So, last time I showed it, I was almost done with the color work. I finished the color work and was feeling a type of way about it. So what I did was I took it off the needles. I blocked it, like an easy block, just to see if the tension was okay. And it's pretty good. I think with one more blocking, it's gonna be great. Hold up, let me make sure nothing's gonna fall. And here's what it looks like. Love it. I think, yeah, with one more blocking, all this stuff will really come out, but you can totally see the flowers now. And so I've separated for sleeves and done about an inch of the stockinettes. So it's going. Excited about this. This is all done using the Highland Superwash Sock Twist, and the colors again are Stormy Skies. This is a Silver Heather, and this is Oatmeal Heather. So they look great. I think it's gonna be pretty dope. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Sweet. So that is that. This for sure won't be showing again until I get a big portion of the body done, because it's like, do you need to see the progress of like, this 2 weeks I've done 2 inches of ribbing or 2 inches of stockinette. Woo! You don't. Let me save you the time. All right, so last thing, let's do a little music rec. So if I'm being honest, the last time I talked about some things coming, I got a limited edition of the new Beyonce album that just came out. And for the past 2 weeks, that album has had me in a chokehold. I can't listen to anything else. I've tried, and whatever is in that album just is like, you have to come back and listen to me. Which is fine. Like, I love it. I'm getting my entire life. But yesterday I was cleaning and we were playing it while we were doing some stuff around the house. And so since I was listening to some records, I was like moving some stuff around, and I saw this album that I'm gonna show hadn't been opened. Don't even remember when I bought it. And I was just like, wait, how have I not listened to this? Like, I absolutely love this album. So I put it on and it like made me feel all the feels. So my music rec this week is Jill Scott, her first album titled, who is Jill Scott? Words and Sounds Volume 1. Now, if you don't know Jill Scott, she is a lot of things. A singer, a poet, an actress, activist, jazzy person. Anyway, amazing voice. This was her first album. She wrote some stuff for The Roots. Those of you who watch, I don't know, it's some late show. They're like the house band on there now. Anyway, she's great. Absolutely love her. This album is, like a lot of her albums are, is heavily jazz influenced, and it's more, a lot of the songs are just like poetry to music, which is really awesome. Anyway, I love this album. I can't believe that I had it and I didn't know that I had it. It was just such a fun surprise when I like was moving some things around that should have been put away, but they weren't. So the songs that I will recommend off of here are, oh, this is hard. Let's do A Long Walk. It's Love. Oh, such a bop. And I don't know. And Love Rain. Okay, so Getting in the Way, It's Love, and Love Rain are going to be my 3 recommendations from this. I would totally check out this album. It's pretty chill. She has an amazing voice. A lot of the songs are, like I said, very poetry based. She's great. Absolutely love her. Jilly from Philly. Let's go. What? Anywho, that's that for this episode, everyone. I hope you all are doing well, enjoying the weather wherever you are, whether that's hot or that's cold. I know some of y'all, it's so here in Chicago, the weather's been like nice 70s, 80s, and a lot of you all have been posting that you're ready for fall, and I'm just like, well, I do enjoy fall. Who doesn't love a light jacket? I refuse to let go of summer. So I'm going to hold on as much as possible. You all enjoy your pumpkin spice. I'm going to just pretend like it's not going to get cooler anytime soon, even though I know it's coming within the next 2 months. It's fine. I just want to be hot for as long as possible because the winters here are cold and I'm not ready for that yet. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it for me. I hope everyone does well over the next 2 weeks. Call someone, spend a little time with someone if you can. Watch a movie together. There's so much out right now. Watch a TV show together. Make some popcorn. Sit on the couch, watch a good movie. Yeah, and just get a little bit of knitting done. Other than that, you all, it's been nice hanging out with you all. And yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. So until then, make a piece, spread some peace. Peace.